meteorologist Michael Coates.
Back out here live in Blackfoot, and we are at Fast Eddie's Paintball, and we're getting ready for a big thing on Saturday. It's a charity paintball tournament called Operation Rescue Mission, and is put on by our local Marines, and all the proceeds from this tournament this weekend go to benefit charity, and it is staying within the community. And there is still time to register. We're going to talk a little bit more about that right now, but our cameraman Dave right now getting some good shots. Folks right now doing a little practice run out here in the field here at Fast Eddie's, again in Blackfoot. But we'll talk about that in just a minute, but a beautiful day to do a little bit of some paintball practicing here. The weather, it has been gorgeous. A bit breezy as expected, but as we go around the region, sitting with dry conditions. And First Alert Viper radar showing nothing on the scope here locally. You have to go into Montana to really see anything close to the neighborhood. Got a couple thunderstorms just outside of Bozeman and seen some earlier today around Billings. But generally we are sitting with some dry conditions, but it's breezy. And you see that cold front coming through Montana out of Canada? That's what's driving our winds. And it's going to drop us back a few degrees tomorrow as we get into Friday and a bit of your Saturday. So I'm going to still call for a bit of a breeze. The winds will relax a touch for tomorrow. And Vipercast going into motion. There's a few thunderstorms tonight around Yellowstone National Park. Some of those storms will try to get close to Island Park, but we do have a slight chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow for the Upper Valley. So I'm going to put about a 20 to 30% chance of a thunderstorm in Rexburg tomorrow. That's also going to be true through Island Park, St. Anthony, and up around Teton County, Idaho. Then we start to get into Saturday, and Saturday's looking wonderful here. We will have a couple thunderstorms in western Wyoming, so Jackson Hole, the national parks, you still are under the gun for a couple thunderstorms here as we get into Saturday afternoon. Around the region tonight, mild temperatures. We're looking at 40s for the Snake River Plain and the valleys, 30s into the high country. A bit chilly, though, around Stanley and West Yellowstone. We're around freezing tonight. We're going to be hanging out around the 50 mark as you get around Pocatello and American Falls, upper 40s, lower 50s, mid 40s into the southeastern highlands. Then as we get closer to Montpelier, highs tomorrow, bouncing back into the mid 70s, lower 70s for the Star Valley, and then the Snake River Plain. We're going to have temperatures here pushing back into the temperatures getting into, we're pushing into the upper 70s here as we get into a bit of the upper valley here, mid to upper 70s here for this weekend. And we're looking at temperatures pushing into the mid 70s for central Idaho around Mackay, upper 70s around Salmon. Now we get to the 8-day forecast, and you notice temperatures here pushing all the way back into the 80s throughout much of the 8-day forecast here. A beautiful weekend ahead, and it's going to be a bit breezy. We're going to keep the breeziness in the forecast off and on. Couple mountain thunderstorms, a very typical pattern here as we get into mid-June and into late May. Late May and early June. Very typical pattern here. And as we get into the next full week of June, we're looking at wonderful temperatures next week as well. Lots of 70s here on the map, and the thunderstorm risk will actually be fairly low. I do see a couple thunderstorms, and the Jackson 8-day forecast will come up here in a minute. In Jackson, Salmon, and in the high country, you do have a risk for thunderstorms, and that's going to be true all throughout the next few days here. But the thunderstorm risk is going to be very typical, where you start the day off nice and you start getting into some afternoon clouds, and those clouds will bubble up into thunderstorms, and Jackson about a 20 to 30% chance for the weekend. So back out here live, I want to bring in Sergeant Shivers, who is one of the guys leading this whole shindig on Saturday. Still some time to register. And again, all the money benefits the Idaho Falls Rescue Mission, correct?
It does. It's a great organization. They help out all the homeless and less fortunate in southeast Idaho. So that's why we help them out. They're great people to work with as well.
Mm-hmm. And there are several prizes people can get for coming out here, and there's also a raffle.
Yes, we're raffling off the 2014 Polaris 4-wheeler that Action Motorsports gave us. And then we have over 50 door prizes for people that come and register, so that hopefully everybody wins something. We have huge Sportsman's gift cards for the first and second place, and we also have an iPod for the carnival games that we're going to play as well.
So there's fun for the whole family, and there's still time to register. We have a phone number we're going to throw up on the screen here if you want to call, and they can call you for more information. And again, this is Fast Eddie's Paintball, and we're just near the Riverside area, west of Blackfoot, on the west side of Blackfoot here near the river. And if you know where the A&W Sinclair station is, you can get here pretty quickly. And it's not hard to get to. And Jay and Carol, maybe you guys want to come out here and shoot a few rounds. We could put some of these nice, cool masks on and run around. And it's all for a good cause, and the weather's just going to be wonderful this Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like fun.
We've yelled at each other a few times, but we've yet to ever shoot at each other.
That's right.
So that would be different.
Maybe we should have a local News 8 retreat out here.
There you go.
Hey, that'd be fun.
I think you're
We'll
thinking.
get all our aggressions.
Oh, yeah, exactly. All right,
All
thanks,
our
Mike.
aggression out, yeah.
Thanks, Michael. You know, when you visit a park, you aren't usually thinking about your vegetable garden,
Right.
but a program in Pocatello